In this video, we are going to learn about slope-intercept form of a line. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So what do all these things mean? Well, first is m. M represents the slope of the line. And then we have b. B represents the y-intercept of the line. That means where the graph crosses the y-axis. Let me show you a visual. So if I have a y-axis and an x-axis, the b value, once again, is where the line would cross the y-axis. So for example, if this was my line, right here, this point right here would match up with my value of b. Let's take a look at an example. Y equals 2/3 x minus 4. So, as we saw on the previous slide, the value in front of x, that's my slope. And then the next value over here, that's the y-intercept. Now, what do you always start graphing? You start with the y-intercept. So I'm going to put a 1 here to show that's where I'm going to begin. So I'm going to go to the y-axis, which is the axis that runs up and down, and I'm going to go down to -4. So the y-intercept is -4. Next is when I use the slope. I use the slope to find the other points on my graph. Since the slope is 2/3, and we remember that slope is rise over run, we are going to go up 2 and then right 3 to get to my next point. And this is all from the y-intercept. So let's go down to the -4, and then I'm going to use my slope of up 2 and right 3 to get to my next point. I'm going to put some more on the graph just so I have a really nice, accurate line. So up 2, right 3, and keep going until I can't go that direction anymore. Now, I need to go down the other way. And you may think, but wait, the slope is a +2 over +3. Well, if I made both of them negative, such as -2 over -3, that would also simplify to +2/3. So what this means is I'm going to go down 2 and left 3, and that should also keep me on the line. So I'm going to go from the y-intercept at -4 down to left 3, and I'm going to do just a few more. And now I can connect those points to form my line. Let's take a look at a couple other examples. So on the left, I have y equals -3x, and then on the right, I have y equals -3. These look very similarly, but they are quite different, and I'm going to discuss that difference. On the left side, if I think about slope-intercept form being y equals mx plus b, look at the connection. The slope is -3. That's going to be my rise over run. But I run into a problem here. There's no b value. There actually is one, it's just hiding there, and that is +0. So when I graph this one, I'm going to graph my y-intercept at 0, which is going to match up with the origin, and then I'm going to graph my slope of -3. Now, as we know, slope is rise over run. So how do we graph a slope that's just -3? Well, we can put that -3 divided by 1, and then the slope would stay -3. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to go down 3 and right 1, since the 1 is positive. From the y-intercept of 0, I'm going to go down 3 and right 1, and I'm going to do several more. Or I can go up 3 and left 1 to graph many more points that direction. And there is my line. Now for y equals -3. This is actually not in slope-intercept form because notice that there is no x value. When we only have y equals a number, that means if I were to make a table, every single y value would be -3, -3, -3, no matter what x value I put in. So I could put an x value of -2, or I could put an x value of 0, or I could put an x value of 4. Let's graph those points and see what that would look like. The point -2, -3 would be located here. The point 0, -3 would be located here, and the point 4, -3 would be located right here. So when I connect those points, notice I actually have a horizontal line and not a diagonal line that would have a slope other than 0. Knowing the difference between these two will definitely help you in algebra. If you found this video useful, please click subscribe, and I hope that you watch more videos in the future. Thank you so much.